the shock of the weekend was most definitely the New England Patriots, the team that we had probably being the number one pick for the 2025 NFL draft. And they went into Cincinnati and turned over Joe Burrow, and the Cincinnati Bengals.
I see what you did there.
Because that's a beside point. He can decide to dress up and look like whoever he wants, but he kind of resembled a footballer masquerading, Eminem masquerading as a footballer rather than
the haircut.
Yeah, but let's give the New England Patriots their flowers first, right?
Mm-hmm.
In this game, there were no passing touchdowns.
It didn't need to be.
And a big reason for that was a certain player coming back defensively for the New England Patriots, Christian Gonzalez.
He's special, man.
The best corner talent in the league.
The best.
He completely locked up Jamar Chase whenever he was opposite him, and to the point that they even started moving Jamar Chase into other positions just to try and get him some room.
Yep.
Peter, so you say that he is the number one cornerback talent in the league. Talent is not the number one cornerback.
He's not the number one cornerback. I said talent. The reason why I say talent is that if you go back to his rookie year last year, it was cut short. I think he only played about 5 or 6 games. And he was elite then. He was shutting down elite wide receiver ones in his rookie year as a rookie, He was, all over them. He wasn't allowing a single catch. Like, his talent to play corner, like when you look at Christian Gonzalez, he's like he was made out of a lab to be a cornerback. He was born to play corner. He's the type of talent that, when you get mad and you go create a player and you want to create a perfect cornerback, that's Christian Gonzalez. I mean, I know the league has good elite corners like Pat Sutton, Sauce Gardner, but the way Gonzalez plays, his talent, the way he matches the wide receiver speed for speed, the way he's always in the hip pocket, the way he will challenge you for that ball, the way he will limit to the fewest yards possible to even complete a catch on him is a miracle for you as a wide receiver. I really love the talent of Christian Gonzalez, and he was a key part of this ball game. He didn't let Jamar Chase breathe. He didn't. When Jamar Chase was going to the bathroom, he was there with him. When he was having lunch with him, he was like, "You ain't going nowhere as long as you come to this side."
You know, like how the memes are like when we're talking about the spherical football, and like when a defender's got a guy in his pocket, it's like, oh, they just checked his pockets, and that was pretty much what.
And he emptied his pockets. Jamar Chase was in there, so an excellent showing for Christian Gonzalez, one of the elite. For me, based on his play last season and this season, in terms of talent-wise,
he could enter that. He could enter that top 5, right?
And if he keeps it going by the end of this season, definitely. Even though if the Patriots, we know the Patriots might not win much for the season. They were tremendous in this game. They might not end up with a great record. They might still end up with a top 5 pick. But he will most likely maybe make a Pro Bowl for a bad roster like that. He's really good.
I mean, if he keeps playing the way he's playing, he might make several heading forward. I think he was Bill Belichick's latest parting gift on the way out. He was part of that regime. So that's one thing. Bill basically said, I'm going to give you this kid, and he's going to be a perennial All-Pro multiple times in his career. Like I said, our guy for the Eagles, AJ Brown, was with this guy in practice. And AJ said he gave me a lot of work. And that's all he said. We still don't know exactly who won those matchups, but AJ did say Christian Gonzalez gave me a lot of work. It was good going up against him. So I know he gave AJ the business. Like 100%.
AJ wasn't making any catches. He gave it to him. I could tell you right now, he gave it to him. The thing is, last season, Christian Gonzalez, it is a bit of a bold take, right? We all know what ended up with the Patriots, how awful the season they had. But I have a feeling
he was going to win Defensive Rookie of the Year if he
was
stayed
on
healthy.
track to win it. And I have a feeling Belichick hinged the whole Patriots defensive system last season on Gonzalez. As like if Gonzalez,
but also they didn't have much behind it in terms of corner talent.
Exactly.
That's the thing.
So if he was looking at wide receiver ones, Bill could do a lot, because whenever Bill has an elite cornerback talent, the defense improves so much because he can scheme all the others around it. But when he went down went Bill.
And then in this game, was it Keon White had 2.5 sacks?
Yeah, he was impressive too.
From the defensive side of the ball. But if we look at the offensive side of the ball, Jacoby Brissett was kind of like the perfect foil for them in this game, because all he did was manage the game. Didn't try to do anything specifically. No interceptions, no touchdowns. Only got sacked once. Got out of pressure whenever he needed to get out of it. And then they toted the rock with Ramondre and just 25 carries, 120 yards and a touchdown.
That tells me that they're dominating the line of scrimmage. Right? Dominating the line of scrimmage. Once you do that, it shortens the field. It makes the Bengals defense have to play you honestly now, because they've got to worry about stopping the run, which means your receivers, when they have to get out and make the plays, they'll go and make them when they need to. So usually it just keeps, you're always ahead of the chains. If you can rush for over 120 yards, you're always going to be ahead of the chains. And like you said, if you can take away their number one, then that makes it a lot easier to contain the rest of their offense, which goes through their number one receiver.
Well, if you look at the Patriots particularly, if you're able to stop that run, then you're not going to have a huge amount to deal with in terms of the passing game. You manage to, that's a big thing nullified. So Patriots definitely pulled one out of the bag, but the thing is, week one we always get these wonky results.
Yeah,
there's always something that happens that we don't expect. So
someone made a lot of money on this game,
because we're not always gonna like. Is this gonna make the Patriots good this season? No, but it's more of just they need to be aware, because obviously players have got healthy from the defensive side. New England aren't going to be a pushover that we think they're going to be.
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard for the Bengals, because what's going to happen is losses like this always come back to bite you at the end of the season,
especially when you're trying to get in such a difficult division.
Yep, losses like this, you're going to look back and be like, "Damn, we couldn't score 17 points against the New England Patriots."
Yeah, but all I gotta say is the Bengals historically, they don't start the seasons well. Under Joe Burrow, they've started like 1-3, like 3 straight times.
It's not the best of habits to have as well.
And they always turn it around until Joe Burrow got injured last year. So
and that's the thing. Normally, if you have a good start to the season and then there's a mid-season injury, sometimes the team is on that roll, so therefore you can kind of get through it. Because if they miss a couple of weeks, but in this circumstance, you're not going to be able to. They're going to have to hit the ground running next week when they play the next game. So, Patriots, massive props to them. Let's see if it's, like I said, one swallow doesn't make a summer. Let's see if they can back it up in their next match as well.